What's up guys, welcome back to the channel for a new video. It's good to see you. Today we're gonna talk about the two different filters that I use, because a lot of you asked me for a difference between FREEWELL and POLARPRO. So I use both filters, so I decided to make a comparison and explain you why I use both and when. I make this video because a lot of you have some doubt about the FREEWELL compared to the POLARPRO. I also wanted to show you if there is a real difference between them or not. First, let's talk about the FREEWELL variable ND filter. I already made a video about them a few weeks ago if you want to check it and to see the benefit of having a variable ND filter on your drone. But I'm also using the PL version of the POLARPRO filters, and you will see why. So I went out yesterday and I took some footage and some photos with both filters. It was bad weather, so I use only the ND4 and ND8 with the FREEWELL and the ND4 PL and 8 PL with the POLARPRO filters. Now let's see some videos one by one and then side by side with both filters. Let's go. So what you think about those footage, guys? It looked the same, right? I noticed two differences between them, and the first one is that the FREEWELL filter temperature is more warmth than the POLARPRO. The POLARPRO colors are more cold, so it's more bluish, and the FREEWELL is more yellow, more hot, more warmth. So yes, it's the first difference. And the second one is the fact that the POLARPRO is a polarized filter. You can see more details inside the water, but except that, I see no difference in terms of videos. The sharpness is the same, the colors, except the fact that it's more warm for FREEWELL and more cold for POLARPRO. There is absolutely no difference, as you can see. That's why I'm using both. If I want to shoot over water, I'm gonna use the PL version. And by the way, for the POLARPRO, you can just put this white marker on top. This means you're gonna have a standard polarization. You don't need to adjust your filter every time, so it's better to adjust it every time, but you know, who did that? Not me. So that's when I use the POLARPRO. And if I want to shoot like the forest, for example, I can only use the FREEWELL variable ND filter, and it's more easy because I can adjust and change the filter. I don't need to remove it and change it like if I were using the POLARPRO. That's why. But except that, there is no difference at all between those filters. And I know the FREEWELL one are more cheaper, but cheaper don't mean bad quality, guys. So yeah, if I want to film over water or some snow, for example, where there is reflection, I'm gonna use the POLARPRO PL version. But except that, variable ND filter is so much easier to use, so that's my choice, and it's good to have both in my opinion. But if you want to buy only the FREEWELL variable ND filters or only the POLARPRO PL version, it's your choice, guys. But personally, I really enjoy to have both because it's really helpful when I want to shoot over the water. As you can see with the FREEWELL filter, you're gonna have some reflection over the water and not with the POLARPRO PL version. Now let's talk about photos, and for photos it's the same. I took two shots with both filters, and as you can see, this is the unedited version, and for the FREEWELL it's more warmth than the POLARPRO. Again, the polarization on the POLARPRO, you can have more details underwater, except that it's the same, guys. And this is the same version edited, then another shots unedited and edited, and as you can see, if I zoom in, I can see more details underwater with the POLARPRO, but except that, it's the same. And for the temperature, you can even change it in post too, in Lightroom or other software. This is the difference between them. There is really nothing except the temperature, which is nothing. That's it for today. It was a short video, but I wanted to make it because a lot of you ask me for which filter that I use, or if the FREEWELL are better than the POLARPRO, blah blah blah. So I decided to make this video, and as you can see, I use both personally, and that's real, because the variable ND filter is really useful. Trust me, to not have to change the filter every time is so good. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe and hit that bell. And I see you next week for another video. I have a lot of new projects who are coming. I'm working on some new things. You will see that soon. Thank you again guys for your support. I really appreciate that. And I see you next week for another video. Salut!